Hello. Here we go. Hopefully the sound's better now. Oh, hello everyone. I thought we'd go live. I'm sorry if you can hear the jets in the background. You probably can't. They're all coming home, it seems. Couple of comments. Let's have a look. Data's in. Evening, Nodge. Afternoon, everyone on this side of the globe. Quick jumping in. Pelicans a go. Alien Ian says, g'day. And hello, Dita. David of the Valleys, afternoon all. Tiff is in with the yellow glove. Paul Wiltshire, good morning, troops. Today I've installed the new American fridge freezer and put up a new stud wall. Next to do is reseal the plug hole in the bath. Oh. GM, g'day, John, Data, Ian, David. We're live on relay from the Australian Central New South Wales area of Lake Cargelligo. I've landed in a herc there. It's the only time I've been there, I think 7 times. Filming a series of music videos. There you go. Joe says, live from Newcastle, New South Wales. There's John Morley. Something like that. Afternoon, evening, and all that. Lots of hellos. David Valleys, g'day, John. Philip Page, hello from New Zealand. Welcome. Patrick says, hi to everyone. Hi. Yeah, they are F-35s. Philip, hi, Scott. From Patrick. Yeah, hello. All right, so having a look down what I've got going on at the Mo. 2 things from hang-ons from yesterday. So the first one is the Edward 48 scale Bristol fighter. So I've got all the, adjust this. All the interplane struts are in place and they seem to be holding. So it's all sort of straight. However, the 4 cabane struts, the ones on the fuselage heading up, aren't attached. So there's a bit of a wobble there. But of course, what makes it really fragile is, as you can see, the underside of the fuselage isn't attached to the wing, apart from just a couple of posts there. So the whole thing, and it's a long wing. It's about like that much longer on each side compared to the Camel. So it's a large wing. But what I'll need to do is, I think, break these off and lengthen them a bit, stick them up a little bit higher, because they're just a tad short to reach recesses, if that makes sense. So it's a bit of a bugger. Usually when I do these, I put the cabane struts on first and then the interplane struts. With this one, it seems that I should have gone for the interplane struts and then the cabanes. But you never know until you do it. But that's coming along. The other thing I'm playing with is the... just moving that so it doesn't make a mozza of it. This is the Hella Canadair CL415. So there's no real change here. It's all together. I've glued that bit on there. It's not so much of a gap there with that grey. That's just paint from the inside from the flight deck. But yeah, I needed a little bit of filler there, of course, but the rest of it's okay. It's all lined up and everything else. That's all right. And what I've done is glue the top and bottom wings together. I've used a lot of pegs for both of them because the plastic is quite thin and I didn't want to have any flex per se. We'll see how it goes. But the peg should be right to come off now anyway. Right, bear with. And what makes this a bit of a faff, I think, is I'm just holding these up now to see how they look. It's not so bad. I was worried about this inner wing having a bit of a warp down because, as I say, the plastic is thin. Like there can be quite a bit of flex in this wing. In fact, the bottom halves of the wing were a bit wavy, but I think they're, yeah, you can see it's not straight. So that's the outer wing here. So it's sort of dipping down a bit. How does that compare? Yeah. Yeah, this one's better, it's straighter. So that's, yeah, it's the left wing, and yeah, the right wing. It's a hell of a warp on that one. It sort of does fit though. Should be right. Just feels like there's yeah, the whole thing does. Warp down a bit. Anyway, get to that in a moment. A couple more comments. They're all saying good day to each other. Oh, Aussie Ian's in, saying good evening, everyone. Jeffrey Riley, down from Tassie. Howdy all. GM, the Bristol Fighter, it's a big aircraft, does have a lot of weight, so it's a solid flying platform. Yeah. Yep. And a lot of people saying hello to everyone else. So, not sure what I'll continue with first. I think I might as well go ahead and put these wings on. As I say, I am a tad concerned that there's going to be a bit of a droop there from the inner wing. Probably doesn't look so bad to where you are. It's hard to get lined up. Yeah, it does flex a lot. Like, you know, you could see there, because it is thin. Well, I'll try that one again. Yeah, it'll work. I'll get them on, but there'll be a number of clothes pegs involved until they glue, because it's all a bit, there's no real positive, there are no pegs or locating pins. But it does fit. It all does fit. So that's nice enough. It's just, yeah, I haven't put the nacelles together, and they go on top of there and cover up all the sins of the inner and the outer wing mating. But yeah, I think I want to make sure that, yeah, there's no sort of gap there, because you can see that just can droop. So I need to just hold that up and glue that. Now, oh, hello. Jim says, well, blimey, checking in late. Must get me coffee on the boil. Hello to all. And yeah, everyone saying hello to everyone else. So I do think, I'm not sure, I think the better looking male, he might be joining me in a minute, because I did get a message a moment ago that said he found it. Either that or he's in the toilet. Oh, right. Nope. Yeah, has found it, but yeah, he's probably just getting onto it. Yeah, so what I think, I'll move this biplane out of the way so I don't break it. It's still fragile as all get out. And then I'll get these wings on. Although maybe I should be at least photographing it. Get rid of this tape now too. Now, well, the other thing that I think I have to play with later is once I sort this wing out, because it is fragile on the lower wing under the fuselage there. The undercarriage tricycles, I need to get on. I believe that longer one at the back there needs to go through that hole, through the wing totally, and then onto the fuselage. But I haven't been able to get it through the wing on any weird sort of angle yet. So, don't know. I'll have to play with that a little bit later, but I don't want to snap it because I think I only get one go at it. But it's got to, I think it's got to go through the wing because it just doesn't sit forward. It just sits vertically. But yeah, I'll play with that later, as I say. So these skuas, I haven't put the nacelles together because it's funny because in the older instructions, this had that was step 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the fuselage halves. Put the wings on undercarriage, and then round about here, once the wings are on, the second last step would be to throw on the nacelles. But in this one, they've moved what was step 11 back to step 1. But you don't need to have these together. You make those and then just put them aside for most of the build. So that's the step where I am now. So as you said here, it says flap hinges. And then, yeah, the last step there is, from 1A, the nacelles plonk on. But the main reason I haven't done it is I'm in two minds about whether just to stick these two together, paint it all yellow, like after do seams. I don't particularly care if the prop spins or not, so I could just do it last. However, the shaft is from the rear of the nacelle forward into the spinner. So the prop housing, I think. I don't know. I think I'll just glue the wings in place and deal with that later. Just give me a sec. I'll just check stuff. R5. Yep, that should be right. All right. I don't think there's any real reason to avoid putting these on just yet. Seems like a bit of a misalignment. Oh, not so bad. But yeah, that leading edge doesn't marry up. Oh, it's fine there. Not perfect there though, but I'll just shave that away. Because rear's fine. I have to give that a bit of a sand now. It's really soft plastic, which is good because, as I say, with so many warps and everything else, it does sort of make corrections easier. Knowing that you don't have to force parts together so much as just bend them. Much better. I haven't checked how the winglets go on yet either. That one, that one. Oh, not a problem. That's fine. Oh, Timbo's in. Yes. Now I'll put if anybody wants to join, I'll put the link for this in the chat. Should work. Yeah. Ah, hello.
Hello, greetings.
Oh, you do have sound.
Yes, hello.
Yeah, you made it.
The microphone too.
Oh, we look very different now.
Oh,
I've had a
you look-
massive haircut and a big shave. So yeah, you look like me last week. Oh, you got the Would You March T-shirt from the concert last week.
Good show.
Very good.
Yes. Yes. So you're making your caravan thingy.
Yeah, the
thingy.
dingus. Yeah. What do you got on the bench? Anything at all?
Yes. Only that.
Ooh.
It's keeping me busy. It's going to keep me busy for about 2 years, me things. So, yeah. Thought I'd drop in and say g'day.
Adam is saying, "Thank God John shaved." And yeah, to go against everything that Adam's just said, David says, "Hello, Paul, the better-looking Marley."
I hope you just shaved your head area.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, there is some, as they say, like, trimming the undergrowth makes the trees look taller, but I don't have that problem. No, it's fine. Oh, yes, and Jim confirms it's a great choice of model.
I think it is a great. I don't think.
No, he's talking about you.
I'm very biased towards Tamiya, and if you're lucky enough to be able to get their premium kits, and I anticipate this is. I don't get much time to model, and I'm going to be doing this for a long time. So that's the situation. I haven't got very far, but I'm happy with where I've got. I've got a Merlin, got some little tanks and things, So.
Oh, is that an oil tank or something? What is that?
I suspect it's an oil tank. Yeah, so that kind of sits. So there's a thing called instrument cluster. That sits on a thing that holds the instrument cluster. There's a thing that sits on the back of that. Un momento. Ugh. Okay, so that sits there. That sits there, and this shouldn't be a surprise to anyone. It is a model, so one assembles one's models.
Once.
That's why one uses glue. I've noticed every time you pick up a model when you're online, John, you break them.
Yep.
Some kind of the same. So that sits there. So you got that little tank sitting there, and then this little bit here. I think it just wants to stay on the ground. I'll leave it there.
He says as he picks it up.
Shut up. Don't want to roll over it on my wheels on my chair. I'm going to sneeze. I'm sorry. That was so dramatic. I'd never had time to pause it. I'll mute it.
There's a question
Merlin.
here. Oh, yeah.
Does Paul live close by? I wouldn't. No, only 1,000 k's away.
Yeah, it's pretty much right on 1,000 k's. Like, you know, within a couple of kilometres of 1,000.
So this is there. I've done some fancy stuff on the Merlin there, but there you go. So it's kind of
nice.
And then there's all sorts of 20 parts that make the cockpit up. I'll get there one day. And Kim would be very impressed with me. I'm about to actually start painting up probably the first figure I've ever done in anger. So I'm very, very nervous about doing my first figure.
Huh.
Fun fact about this guy. So this armless chap, he's the pilot. Clearly.
Yeah.
His Botox sits directly in the seat, as it would. That seat is sculptured for his little Trump rump. Took us. Now, so that's a beautiful fit. The fit of his, so two separate legs and then the torso. The fit of that torso to the legs was about the most appalling Tamiya fit I have ever seen, and it took about an hour to make it reasonable.
Right.
When you put two Tamiya bits together, they go yoink, and there's a little sound. It's like a and that's the angels singing.
That's right.
When you put Tamiya bits, everyone knows the feeling. So you put this guy together, his torso under his Botox, and he's just the sound is bop. It was bad. It took filler and a fair chunk of cutting to make that work.
A fair
but
chunk
I'm not going to let it
cutting, you say?
A fair chunk. Yeah, I had to. So put it this way: the two legs. I'm probably boring you.
No.
Yeah, no. All it's got in the instructions is it doesn't show you where to put them together. It just shows you a picture of him done and painted up.
Oh, okay.
So basically his top of his belt buckle on his pants is got a hole, and his belt buckle's on the top torso, so that goes into that little slot. No, I didn't. Nothing even like it. Millimeters. Far too much plastic. Oh, never had such a problem with a Tamiya fit. But then again, I looked at the parts, but I was halfway through it and went, yeah, they're the right ones. that was an effort. So,
right.
I'm gonna not let him defeat me. I'm gonna win, and he's gonna be painted. He's gonna be my first figure painted in a reasonably good effort.
Right.
Because I did my Tamiya Spitfire 132nd. Finished it probably a year and a half ago. There's the pilot. Never attempted him because, quite frankly, I can't do figures. I'm teaching myself to do figures.
Yeah. Well, we could tell that by when you stand up. Yeah. Jim says the Marley boys. HobbyLink Japan has record low sales prices on aircraft kits. I've several boxes now in transit. I'll start looking if you want some good deals.
Always great advice. However, I'm quite convinced this thing will take me 2 years to do. Not looking for deals.
No.
By the time we get to two years from now, we'll all be dead.
Are we sure we're twins?
Looks much younger. Not with a beard, mate.
No. Adam is taking some inspiration from my wood. Made my own with the oils. Don't worry, everyone. I'm talking about your Austin. Oh, is that what you call it?
Yeah. Is that what the young ones call it these days?
Yeah. Oh, you had me worried then. Adam. Yes. Cool. Oh, I've been actually using your camera.
Oh my God, mate.
To take progress shots of this. Actually, can you do, say, like a liturgical dance or something or other? I need to go and blow my nose. The tissues are inside. I need to disappear from her.
Okay, you can disappear. For those that are wanting a dance, it's not going to happen. I'm going to sit here and just show off my figure. That's all I got. I trust everyone's well. I have no message to say. I only just kind of came online tonight to say good day and all that. I will say, if I can just trying to entertain everybody. So I've done a 132nd Tamiya Spitfire. Then I've done 2 models since, and now I'm doing a 132nd Tamiya Mustang. Similar planes, same engine, right? Similar, Mustang. The way this goes together is absolutely different to the way they've done the Spitfire. So in the Spitfire model, you basically do the fuselage and everything like that, and then you do the Merlin and then attach it to the plane, much like they did actually in the factories. With a Mustang, you start, the very first thing is starting with the Merlin. And this is, of course, an elephant. That's wrong, totally. A Packard Merlin. And you end up assembling this as an internal assembly. You're doing all of that. So the engine and then that little tank I talked about before, and then the whole cockpit and the fuel tanks, the radio and everything goes together as a long assembly. And then one chucks it inside the 2 halves. Like that. It's a very, very different way of putting it together compared to the Spitfire. And I wonder if that was an intentional thing, whether it was done by a totally different team or they were just trying to be creative, which wouldn't surprise me from the Japanese. I just think they are masters, and they just try and excel every time they can, and even do things differently every time they can. So it's a very different kit, and while it's, as I said, similar plane, similar scale, and everything like that, it's a totally different experience. Quite enjoying it. I have decided to do a scheme that is a plane John and I saw in Duxford. It's just chap. So, hello. How are you doing, mate? It's Jimbo.
Well,
Jimbo.
Sorry,
hello, Mr. Poppy.
Hold that up again. This is the one we saw at Duxford.
That's
Yes.
great. Miss Helen. All right. Looks nice.
Miss Helen. So those decals, they're done by this company, Draw Decal, and basically they're a really interesting company. If you go to their website, they just say, look, all of our decals are printed to order. So I've ordered one of these, and they've gone and made one. So there's the set. By all accounts, these are super amazing decals. And what I've seen online where people are using these decals, you can't tell the difference from paint. But anyway, just thought I'd share. The plane's an interesting one. Basically, it was never really used in the Second World War because it was built too late. But immediately after the war, it was all over Europe, and it ended up in a place called Israel. It's got photos of it with Israeli markings and stuff like that, and it was just left in a paddock, in a kibbutz, and they were going to just like leave it there and let it rot. But of course, somebody else saw some value in it, and it's been restored, and it flies, and it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. The one we saw in Duxford is painted silver. The photos of it from the wartime have it as a natural metal finish with the blue nose. So fascinating
Yes,
the stories of these individual planes. Hello, Jim. I've been totally ignoring you. How are you, sir?
It's okay. I'm used to it. That's how my married life was. It's no, I was just for the sake of the audience. I was not married, and I put no aspersions toward the life of
towards that bitch.
yes, toward her. Yes. No, I was going to say those are very famous colors. That blue belonged to a fighter group. I can't remember exactly which one, but yeah, there's another plane flown by what was his name? His name was Pete Meyer, I believe. Interesting name for an American pilot, but and he flew an airplane called Petey, and it had the same blue pattern on the rudder and nose. And it was a late war P-51. So I'm thinking it's from the same fighter group. But I don't know one group from another except by colors.
Yeah, I understand. And this is there are definitely some other planes that I've seen that are painted the same way. This Miss Helen on the left side there, it's only on one side of the plane, and the war photos don't have it as Miss Helen. It's only like post-war it became Miss Helen.
Okay.
But I'm going to do Miss Helen because that's the one that's in Duxford.
All
right. Well, I'm surrounded by Australians.
Timmy!
Good morning.
Hello, Tim.
Hello.
Got the wrong.
Or should I say good evening to you? For you chaps are on the other side of the clock.
It's late evening, 9:30.
Yeah.
So that's a TF-51B
here.
There's a
or
taller
half
tail
six.
fin. Larger canopy
Half
throws
six.
more turbulence.
That's
So
what
a
I have
bigger
to
fin.
remember. That's the parlance.
Okay, you're talking about the extra webbing that you get on some P-51s, but not others?
Extra webbing, you mean? Oh, cripes.
That's the only reason I jumped on.
Oh, my God.
Oh, right.
Oh, you weren't
good
here
reason.
to say hi to me, Tim? I thought you were.
So, yep, Lieutenant Colonel John C. Meyer.
Yeah, John Meyer. That's it. John Meyer. That's it. Forgot. Yeah,
there you go.
Petey was the name of the airplane.
PD second.
Both of the HO squadron or fighter group. They are different tail numbers. This is a M472216. You gone, Tim?
Jerry, Gary's got some interesting information for you, Paul.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna chuff off again.
Okay.
Well, yeah. When Jim was talking about the other blue one. I'm like, is it Petey? He's like flown by Meyer. I'm like, it's Petey.
I got one of those.
I had a photograph in a book of that airplane and that pilot. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'll continue watching. So,
Timbo, just while you're there, Nanny showed me a photo of Katerina, Robin, and the cat. I was looking at this, and I didn't know the cat was in the picture.
Yeah.
Fabulous photo.
Yeah.
Didn't know the cat was in the picture until afterwards. Yeah. Jalapeno, that's right.
Pino's my boy. Otherwise, I'd be
lovely young family, mate, including the cat.
House of women. he's the only other boy, so we have man talk and manly cuddles.
Yeah, right.
Don't worry, Tim. I feel that you and Robin will soon have daddy-daughter days where it's going to be, all right, twice around the block, knees up, knees up, knees up.
Yep. I'm going to work on our...
Hey, guess what I just found out? That one that you've got there, Tim.
Oh, yeah.
That's actually the other one. That's the one you get out of the box.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which I didn't notice. You got a 148. There's 132nd.
Yeah, 148. Yep.
Yeah. So this is the one out of the box is the Tamiya. Yeah, that one. So I'm doing the other one because we saw it. It's like I've been to Duxford.
It's very
but
cool.
About the tail fin, you got the two different tail fins there. So that webbing there.
Or the
the
fillet,
that
as
one.
They called it,
The
or whatever
fillet,
it was. It was some kind of balancing addition. John, maybe you know more about that?
Oh, yeah, we know it was an in-service mod. Like they started producing from the factory, but yeah, they sent out kits that the maintainers in squadrons can put the fillet on.
Yeah, it's a retrofit. But you can see that's got a taller canopy to that one. So the extra turbulence, that makes sense. The turbulence from the canopy is where they needed it. And it causes a tail instability.
Right.
So it's like, here you go, let's bolt this on.
Well, that's neat. I didn't know that Tamiya gave you the option to build either one. That's really cool. Because that's an older model.
Yeah.
That's not a new kit.
Well, yeah, there's some new kit I couldn't tell you.
It's been
But
that 32nd line of World War II Tamiya aircraft, the Spitfire, Mosquito, Corsair, P-51. I think the P-51 was the first of the lot.
I'm not sure.
Did I say something wrong? Did I saw you mention?
no, you mentioned Tamiya, and I'm just like, I had a religious moment.
I mean, is it time to bow to Mecca? I didn't know. Is that time of day? I wasn't sure.
So what's interesting with this is you got the A, the B, and the C, right? So A is 334th Fighter Group, and that's got a red nose. The B is the one that Tim's got there for 87th Fighter Group, and then the C is a 79th Fighter Group. So there's three different things, and all the way through this is all these little options. Like for example, in the cockpit, like there's a little panel. So I'm not boring you here.
Not at
all. On with the instrument panel here, right? So down the bottom, there's a little bit that goes there. So if you're doing plane A, B, and C, you got different things. To go into the detail of these switches have been changed a little bit. Make sure you're doing the right ones. Now, I don't know which one Miss Helen actually is, so I'm just taking a guess. And if I'm wrong, whatever. Because I couldn't get close enough to see inside the thing when I was there. And there's very little online. The only stuff I find online of Miss Helen is it flying, but there's not a lot of photos on the ground of up close and detail.
No, this is
there you
that's
go.
the photo, yeah.
Yeah, I think.
So that's the only photo I could take of it because of what else was in the hangar. Everything was very, very close. We couldn't get a far away look at it.
There were cordons, or as Jim might say, a cordon.
I don't know. Maybe I will. It depends on what day it is.
Yeah.
They are
but that plane is now, of course, a plane in a museum. I don't know if you always want to go by that as far as colors and things like that, but it looked like it was a painted aircraft. I'm assuming most the more research I dig up on P-51s, in the 8th and 9th Air Forces, the more confused I become. Some had the puttied wings, some had lacquer paint over most surfaces, natural metal on others. I've got an Edward 48 scale kit, and they actually have a layout in the drawings that show you what parts were painted and what parts were natural steel. Yeah, see, there you go. That's if there isn't enough information out there to confuse yourself.
That's a magnificent book, that one. Yeah,
magnificent book. It's all in here. The reality is, I will just say the story of the Mustang. Fabulous story in itself, and I highly recommend it.
Yes, it is.
So one of the things I have learned about it with that book was that, yes, they had the putty rivets and everything you're talking about. But once they got their superiority, they just said, yep, we need to get them out. We're not even going to paint them. So they just went for aluminium and they went for the raised rivets. Just like, get them out. They just need to fly. There's nothing going to shoot them down.
Well, yeah, right. Their superiority was asserted. Yeah, you're right. I mean, the 8th Air Force started, well, not the 8th, but the Army Air Force started realizing they can save weight on the bombers, too, by just leaving them unpainted. So B-24s and 17s are showing up over Europe unpainted because they didn't need to be concerned about disguising them anymore.
Yeah. And there's a bit of weight saving with not painting aircraft as well. But yeah, back then they wouldn't have been like painted silver. They are now because they're worth so much money.
They are now,
anti-corrosion. Because things that are aluminium, they don't rust. They'll just turn into piles of white dust, if that makes sense, powder. Well, you've seen lots of that,
John. Maybe you could answer this. Okay, so they're unpainted aircraft. They're flying from ground level to 20 to 25,000 feet. The airframes are freezing and condensing with moisture, coming back down. Were those aircraft serviced afterwards to keep the moisture from oxidizing the metal?
No, they wouldn't be washing them that often. I don't think it'd just be too difficult. I mean, these days, of course, we do it with all this sort of special sort of detergents and everything else. They wouldn't have access to any of those. I mean, and plus it would have rained a fair bit in Europe as well, I would imagine.
Yeah, quite a bit, yes.
From what I understand. They'd just rely on, I believe, like I don't know definitively, I think they'd just rely on the Almighty just sort of giving them a wash occasionally.
Yeah. Well, it's also a completely different propulsion plant, isn't it? Like when you've got a like internal combustion engine, whether it's like radial or inline or whatever, like that's more or less a closed system, whereas turbines and stuff, which are compressors, like you get a salt buildup on an intake or something and you start feeding salt and sand and crap through the turbine. I mean, that's just going to eat it up pretty quick, you'd imagine, if you're not washing it.
One would imagine. Yes.
Oh, there we go. So GM says that the Mustangs were painted with corrosion-resistant finishes. But yeah, they would have been. But we're talking. You're talking about the. There's a question that was asked the other day. No, that's not it. Got. Yeah. You guys think? I mean, they had. Oh, no, that's not it. I'm looking for it. I've got here. That's the interior green. U.S. interior green, but there's the U.S. interior yellow here somewhere as well.
One thing I found out, I know they did it with P-47s, and the Navy did it with PBF Avengers. Is the immediate area around the glass was considered too bright and reflective with just regular interior green, so it was painted something called bronze green to avoid detection from above by another aircraft. Same reason the Germans painted their cockpits. I think the first part of either later in the war or the first part of the war painted them black or black gray, and then the rest of the interior was RLM gray. Now, I don't know if any of this is really official or not. I'm just going by what I've been told.
Yeah. Now, early on they were like a gray green, RLM 02.
Yeah, RLM 02. Yeah.
And then later
it was German aircraft, right?
German aircraft. Later it was a RLM 66, which is like a black.
Yeah, like a black, black gray. Yeah.
Black gray. Yeah.
Yeah, but
you're
there's
right.
so much information out there about the interior of what what time of the war the Americans went to all interior green, what part of the war they were using
Exactly.
the bronze green, and with the interior green, was it zinc chrome? I mean, when I was a kid, I used to paint all the interiors of my American planes zinc chromate green.
Yep. Well, the thing is, because zinc chromate isn't a color, it's like the additive to the paint. You could have whatever pigment you wanted to that. So you can have green ones or yellow ones or whatever color you like, really. But a lot of people, for just practicality, a lot of people say, "Oh, zinc chromate is always going to be that sort of like the modern color of it, the Tamiya one, which is like that."
What color is that? Is that yellow green? XF4?
Yellow green, yeah.
Or X,
So
no,
they're
XF
like
what, 6 or
yeah.
I've got that color.
XF4, yeah.
4.
There's certain parts of Hercs are that color, but other parts of the green, it really depends where it's made.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, we could be here ad infinitum talking about this whole issue because it's like, did those Mustangs actually, the Bodisham 4, did they actually were they green or were they blue Mustangs?
Yeah.
You
And
know,
there's
the
a whole
polar
lot-
aircraft in that photo, the controversy that will never die.
Yeah, you're right. That's, and yeah, all the Mustangs were built in one place, except for later on. They're built in Australia as well. So some of these ones, which are the BCOF, British Commonwealth Occupation Force of Japan, only 2 of those aircraft, from what I understood, went to Korea, were built in Australia. The rest of them, maybe 3, but the rest of them were certainly US aircraft. But then you've got all questions about what color were these inside. They're a different color green and everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, a lot of it is do what you want.
Right. Well, interesting story. One time there was, I heard this somewhere. This guy was talking about, he had as a guest, this very old German World War II veteran who fought on the Eastern Front in a Panzer division. And someone asked him, "Do you recall, sir, what the color of the interior of the engine compartment was?" And he said, "No, I was too busy trying to stay alive. Sorry, I can't help you." I mean, from what I heard, a lot of people involved in this stuff don't look for eyewitness accounts. Most people can't remember those kind of details. It's us modelers that have this stuff locked in our heads from reading about it for decades.
I think you're right. I'm just finding this book. This is that.
Oh, there's a mod for the billet.
Yeah, there you go. So there's the service information, gentlemen. That's how you fit the tail dorsal stabilizer.
So it's
people
the
go
actual
and mod their exhaust on their
had,
Falcons. Yeah. And before I put the book away, my favourite part of this book is a little table here. This is just right at the end of the book. Don't know if you can see that.
Not really.
So this is.
Okay. It's different aircraft types.
Yeah, so the different aircraft types and how many planes they've all shot down during which month. So we get to 1944, and it's got June 1 to 5, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. So they've had 5 clear days of no enemy contact, and they've gone, righto, June 6. Once they got air superiority, D-Day. Because they just knew that they couldn't do it if they had any Germans in the air. It's a beautiful story. So, we're going from, for example, January. I'll just read this line out. January, P-38 shot down 49. P-47 shot down 58. P-51B and C, 0. It wasn't really used then. Spitfire, 42, grand total of 149. So they're saying with 150, 81, 102, 216, 174 in May, 0 in June. It just totally shows, the following day's events would testify as General Eisenhower proclaimed to the Allied Expeditionary Force, if you see an airplane over the beach, it will be one of ours. And it was so. It's a beautiful story. Amazing people. Amazing
Yeah, there were a
people.
few sorties by the Luftwaffe on D-Day, but not much to be of any significance whatsoever. I think there was a couple aircraft that strafed one of the beaches. They made one run and were out of there. I can't remember whether that was actually true or not. So, I mean,
Not according to
I've
that
read
book.
stuff from when I was a kid and when I was a teenager. That's 40 plus years ago now.
Yeah.
I mean,
Mm.
a lot of newer books, which I haven't got around to, might refute a lot of that. With more and more information being, history reveals itself. Even in day-to-day combat operations like that, you get more action reports and war diaries and everything.
Yeah, and the reality is, if you find a book, say, written in the 70s, you look at it now, there's another 50 years of research that you can put on top of
Exactly.
it. So,
Right.
you know,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like we went and saw Bill Bryson a few months ago talk in town about his book, A Short History of Almost Everything. And it's got a version 2.0 out because in the 25 years since he wrote it, his publishing company pointed out that about 15% of that book is no longer relevant. It's all changed and stuff. So he had to bring out a new version with updated stuff. And this has been 25 years. You're talking about what colour was what in the war, Jim. So this is just a quick case in point. This is Dick Creswell, is one of the most famous Australian pilots. It's his aircraft, a P. Bloody hell! What are they? 39? P-47. Thank you. So he was asked later in his life, what colour was that you there? And it's probably a bit hard to see. It's certainly red here. Oh no, that's me drinking a beer. There we go. Yeah. So he said, "Oh, of course it was blue. It's bloody blue." Research shows that it was probably most likely red, but he couldn't remember himself, and it's one of the most prominent things on the aircraft. So you're right. So you got the fog of war and everything else, plus he would have thought, well, you're talking about the spinner, that was blue and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I did two
us
of those
bickering over which blue.
Yeah.
Now you're really getting into the rivet counter part of it. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's one of the BCF aircraft in Japan, 77 Squadron. So it's probably different, but they had a mod there. It's basically a board with a Hessian bag on it, and they'd throw in the change of clothes and all that sort of stuff. A flying suit and go flying long distances across from Japan to Korea.
Is it? That's your model?
Yeah.
It's very nice. You should do more of them and less Hamptons.
Yeah, that was.
So the truth comes out on the air, live, right in front of us.
That's another one of those, the 48-hour builds that I did a couple of years ago. When was that? 2022. So 4 years ago. There's a photo of me just going, "Phew, I made it." Oh, phew.
Oh, you look so young and robust, John.
Yeah.
Look at you.
In fact, look, it's stuff for it. Friday, March 2022. Yeah. Let's see. It's Julian saying, regarding colour and everything else, to be honest, I agree with Nodge. It's your model and it's a hobby. Are you happy with your model? Yeah, that's what it comes down to.
I agree with that, Julian.
Somebody asked a question the other day on one of the forums. What colour the interior of the doors on a Mustang? Because this trumpeter kit doesn't really show you. So I said, well, it depends. They were ANA, I think 616, which was a US interior green. It was ANA before it was then federalised and became federal standard FS numbers. ANA is Army Navy Aviation. Yeah, so that evolved into that. Yeah. But then I was saying, that you had the interior green and then the interior yellow later on, and later on again there was silver and parts of that were silver and parts of that. It really depends on where the bits were, when they were put together and everything else. If you want a particular color, what I said in my response is, instead of saying it's your model, paint it how you want, what I said is no one can prove you're wrong. And it's probably true unless the aircraft actually still exists and is in pristine condition and hasn't been had any surface treatment or whatever, it could be any color.
Yeah. Well, this is
But
my.
then if I sorry, Jim, if I did this model like it is in Duxford, it's painted just silver, and it would be a very boring model.
Right. This is this is one of the many Edward quarter scale kits. This is a P51 bubble canopy without the tail fillet. And the reason I got it, I whipped it out was here. This is it. This is. I mean, I do indeed love the way Edward gives you every kind of piece of information they can find. See if we can get it.
Yeah.
This is the drawings showing what parts were lacquer painted, which is the darker shade, and what parts were natural metal, the lighter shade, on the aircraft.
And
now, what they based their research on, I'm not sure. That's one thing I'd like to find out, because they offer so many different. As a matter of fact, here you go. One of the options.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
Okay. Yeah.
With an F.
That is the
So which
352nd Fighter Group.
352nd.
Yes,
Yeah.
350.
So you got 487.
Flying out of Norfolk.
No, I'm sorry. That's this fighter group. 487th Fighter Squadron, 352nd Fighter Group.
Yep. Yeah. Well, you know, Edward, they give you many options per model kit. So there's a whole bunch of them. But I like this version of P51 bubble canopy because it's got the without the fillet. It looks cool.
It does.
And then there's P51Bs, the Razorbacks, that come with the fillet on it as well. So
yeah,
at first I thought, well, I'm going to have like maybe two styles of P51, a D and a B in my collection, and I'll have different models with different markings. Now I realize there's different variants of the B, different variants of the D.
Yeah.
Different variants. There's a C. So it's like the P47. Look what Mini Art's doing with the kit. They're turning out every possible variant.
Well, Mini Art do that with everything they bring out.
That's true.
Same with that's the Tamiya thing. So they got a photo there of all of the variants.
Oh, nice. Okay, so they've got a profile of what, every iteration of it.
And what the changes are. So for example, P51D, the D variant features a teardrop shaped canopy and an increase in armament. P51K features an aero product propeller. This variant was mainly deployed to Asian fronts. F6D, cameras were fitted to the fuselage of this photo reconnaissance variant. F51D, the aircraft designation was changed from P to F, and it saw service in the Korean War as a fighter bomber. But yeah, they got all that, and they got about that dorsal fin change. It just says it was added to improve stability. It doesn't say what it was added to. But very, very nice. They got there's an Allison and there's a Packard Merlin.
Yeah, the
both
Allison
fitted to
was the
these.
low altitude version. Yeah, that was the
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
the old A36.
And until you built both the B and the D versions, Paul, I didn't realise that. Yeah, the wing shape was different next to the fuselage, in front of the undercarriage.
It is. This is like a classroom for me. I'm learning so much on one airplane in one sit down.
Yes, it's different. This bit's different.
Yeah.
P51B and D.
So.
Okay.
Right. So yeah. So
I can go and get the two models.
Yeah, go and get them. It's easy to see on those.
Okay.
Take
the camera off me.
Right.
Well, you get the Mustang.
I'll go get them.
You gonna catch up on chat, John?
Oh, why not? Thank you.
Let's get the audience involved.
Oh, right. So Julian saying post D-Day comment. I've heard regarding aircraft colours: brown and green is British, silver is US, and invisible is German. Oh yeah.
yeah, it's not there. Yeah.
Yeah. Any P51Bs in the restoration lot? He's
Yeah,
asking GM.
Gary's talking about his lot of P51s they're restoring.
Best diary I read was a glider pilot, Operation Mark at Garden. It took him 3 weeks to get home from Arnhem back to England. There's a
Lucky.
photo I won't be able to find too soon, but yeah, there's a friend of my grandfather, and Paul's grandfather, in fact, we had the same grandfather, that after the
My
fall of
God.
Singapore, he walked from Singapore through Burma to India. It's a hell of a long walk. Took him 3 months, and they had to
What?
surgically remove his
He
boots.
started at Singapore and he wound up in India.
Yeah. I think it's closer to 4 months, but yeah, his Curly Tudor, his name was, and
That has got to be the walk of the century. I'm talking about the previous century. He not only walked that many miles, it was through some of the most inhospitable terrain in the world.
Oh, yeah, it'd be vertical in some places.
It'd be like doing a walkathon across New Guinea.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like
we did that. It was called Kokoda.
They didn't like it.
That's one part of it, Tim. I'm talking about, let's say, from Milne Bay all the way up to Hollandia.
Yeah, I was just joking.
Oh, I know the Kokoda Trail. Yeah. Well, you heard about what the Japanese had to do, right? They got they could see Port Moresby after they went all that way in the Kokoda, and the high command told no, come back. So they turned around and walked back. They never got
Paul, were you able to point out the two wings?
We. So there's a P51B.
So that's fairly straight and leading edge. Yeah.
Fairly straight on the leading edge. There's a P51D. These are both Tamiya. So it's got a very different leading edge.
Yeah.
So
And I had no idea until you built them side by side. I was looking at the Edward website yesterday. They've got B models with Malcolm hoods with different sort of countries of schemes and stuff like that. I think I'll do me one of them.
So that being an older one doesn't have the tail fillet.
Oh yeah.
That's the traditional P51B with the that oddball canopy design they created with all the hinges. Yeah. The top open, sides open to the out. Yeah, very odd.
Makes it a very different looking plane. It's just
you got a Pacific P51. That's I have plans for one of those too. Yes, I think that's what I'm going to do with the Airfix kit that I've got of the P51D.
Mm-hmm.
Jim says Australian David Muir has a recent book on all the serial numbers and Australian aircraft. 4 of my aircraft are featured. Wow, cool, nice. Dutch Dave, is there any saying you can adjust the silver on a plane by using different shades on the selected panels? That can make the surface more interesting. Yeah, that's true.
Definitely. Yeah. A friend of mine did that on a P47.
And GM says, I give you all the information you want.
I would love to have we're thousands of miles apart, literally thousands of miles apart, Gary, but I'd love to have a sit down with you and John and Paul, and we would just listen to you guys talk airplanes.
Well, yeah.
Would there be beer involved, Jim?
Oh, I reckon
of course. There would have to be.
Oh, excellent.
Sounds like
the question is, who's buying?
I'm happy to buy.
Well,
I'm just saying now. I'm happy to buy.
Yeah.
Make it so, number one.
I was going to say something before, I can't remember. Oh, well. Must have been a lie.
Well, here's what I was going to say. I said earlier, this pilot figure I'm doing, he's the first pilot I've ever done. I've never really done a pilot. I'm a P51B with a pilot inside. So where did he come from? So luckily, with that sort of canopy, you can't see the chap.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to say. The great thing about it is even if the paint job doesn't come off all that well, you're not going to see much of it.
No,
especially if the canopy's closed up.
Especially with that canopy, so can't see the chap. He actually looks all right. I'm sure his torso is in better condition than the other chaps.
Yeah, I've got the Three Stooges for the string bag.
Oh yes, that's the typical Tamiya British pilot. Yeah, I've got the same thing on my. I got the same thing in my Beaufighter, and Mosquito. Same thing, same guy.
Yep. So I'll be bunging all three in there.
The legs
What
are
are you
incredibly
doing there,
long
Timbo?
and at an odd angle too. They're not really sitting; they're more like they're squatting.
Sorry, what was the question for?
What are you building there, Timbo?
Swordfish.
Ah,
The string bag.
Yeah, that I've had for a while, but I got it from a secondhand thing, so it didn't have the clear parts. So I've had to scratch build the canopy or the windshield rather.
That's to me a kid. I'm assuming.
Yeah,
yeah. That is a great model from what I've heard. I want one myself, but
it's I'm having a lot. I'm having a lot of fun with it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I did the anti-slip stuff earlier and got the canopy to a spot where I'm happy with it, and I'd already done the 1, 2, 3 extra bits of glass. So I cut out replacements for that. And the thing that's fun is this is the first time I've done Tamiya PE for a Tamiya kit. And it's really quite nifty because in the instructions and stuff, they have all the, like, there's a little tool, little poker. Boop, boop. And yeah, you poke these like really fine little holes and stuff that will take the end of the lines and stuff. So rather than like drilling holes, they will slot into these tiny little holes that you poke with the tiny little tool, which is really cool. Like it's all just thought about and works.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
it does exactly what it says on the box, which
That thing
is
does
why
have
I
ringing. I
love
forgot about that. Yeah.
Tamiya. Yeah, it's great.
Very cool.
Yeah. Well, that was right around the time that they were introducing the Fiesler Stork. Was their 50th anniversary model to mark 50 years since they started their aircraft series, the quarter scale aircraft series. And that was like one of those creme de la creme kits that had everything and anything in there. And you don't find that, at least I don't find it at swap meets or model contests. Stuff people aren't reselling those. They're keeping them or they're building them. And the same thing with the Swordfish. I've seen a few here and there, but I can only imagine that thing is a dream to build, because that's around the same time they released that Stork.
Yeah, like it all just presses together. It's all nice. Like none of that's glued yet. I can pull that apart.
I saw that on a video. Andy's Hobby Headquarters. He built up the Tamiya P38, and he had it all fitted together. Most of it, anyway. Most of the major components, and he hadn't put a bit of glue on there. He just wanted to show how well the thing fit together.
Yeah. So when it comes time to painting, I'll take the pyramid struts off that front cowling so that I can paint the anti-glare all the way up to the windshield.
Okay.
And then I can paint the pyramid struts white and then just pull it apart, pop it back together, and Bob's literally your uncle.
Are you painting that in Fleet Air Arm?
Yeah, I'll be doing it the later on kind of submarine hunting. So it'll be predominantly white with where's the box?
Do they offer, Tim, in the box, do they offer the Mark? Oh, there it is. Yeah. Okay, so it's a Mark II. That might be a later version. I was wondering if they offer the markings for the aircraft that hit the Bismarck, the biggest 1 in a million shot ever.
In this one, it's pretty much just the white sort of submarine hunting one, or the what is it, Tanzania? Yeah, they're the two.
Were they looking for submarines in Tanzania?
That was very successful at it. Didn't find one.
Not one submarine was.
I'm
Yeah,
thinking of the country.
I'm chuffed. It looks really, really cool. And it's a great kit as well because you have the option, like for a biplane, you have the option of having the wings folded back as well. You know, being a shipborne ship, they need to be able to fold up, which is really cool. But I'm probably going to make a bit of a in-flight diorama with mine. So dropping the torpedo into the base, which will have the ocean and stuff. I think that'll look sick.
So you don't call it the Ogden then?
I normally call it the Yoggin. Yeah. But, yeah.
Oh, we're talking about silver and stuff before. I have another stash acquisition today, but I'm going to build this one for Maury, who's Paul's my younger brother and Timbo's uncle. So this is a Mercury Atlas rocket from Horizon. And so it's sort of like it's, as you see, it'll be probably stainless steel, I'd imagine, or something like that. And just try to get that effect there. I don't know how well I'm going to be able to do that, but I'll certainly give it a go. Just different shades of silver, aluminium, different brands. We'll see how we go.
This tends to be a drink bottle.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. So it's just disturbing. I was watching Alien Earth earlier today, and there's a scene like that in it, and it was like, yeah. Right. There we go. So what? 50 minutes left. So you got anything on the bench at the moment, the Happy Bull man?
Yeah, I'm just waking up. I was up early, around 4 a.m. my time, then dozed back off, and I was like, okay, got plenty of time. I can get a little rest before the live stream begins, and then it's like 10 after 6, and I'm still waking up. I took a bike ride yesterday, and my body's still complaining about it, even though it was short. Getting old sucks, folks. It's not for the weak-hearted. Yes, I do have something, but I'm trying to get some caffeine into my system. I've got too many projects going. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 models going. In fact, let me show you what I just got the other day. Hold on.
Sure.
Just put a minute. I'm not going to unbox it.
GM says his dad watched a loaded swordfish take off from a carrier deck into a roaring headwind. The ship slowly passed ahead of the swordfish, which then caught the cable to rear and boarded the flight.
Whoa,
wow.
That's about the most interesting takeoff story I've ever heard.
That's awesome.
Yeah, with the biplane configuration, I'm sure there was plenty of headwind holding that thing up.
Yeah. You can imagine, more power.
Hey, the ship's passing us up.
That's scene in Raiders of the Lost Ark where he's, Harrison Ford's running in and got the bull chasing him.
Yeah.
Come on!
Yeah, well.
Anyway, here's my latest purchase.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
It's a really nice model. Fine Molds is a great company. These guys, from what I heard, are a group of kit designers that used to work for Hasegawa.
Right.
And they formed their own company. They've been around a long time. They're just, not readily available in hobby shops around America, or even the bigger distributors carry them. But this new hobby shop that opened up in my area, well, for you folks in Australia, it's a walk around the block. It's about 20 miles away. He carries Fine Molds kits. And so he had a whole bunch on the shelf. But this is from my best mate upstairs. And I was going to buy another model from him, but I decided on this one because it's so unique. I mean, you look at it.
Absolutely. I don't even know what it is, man.
It's the aircraft itself. So it's really nice.
Okay.
So that'll probably be my next build.
I did a Fine Molds kit once, Jim. It was a Star Wars Y-Wing. And I believe their molds were bought by Bandai. So they used to have the Star Wars franchise. And they were good.
Yeah,
Fine Molds are great kit.
Yeah. I mean, they make Japanese armor. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, they made the entire line of F4 Phantoms in 70-second scale.
So this
over the
one's not
last,
mine. This a friend
years
bought
or
this. He wants me to show him how to build it, which is good. But what I do like is, for instance, if you have a choice spine, one of them has the panels removed and all the fuel transfer lines there. That's pretty funky.
Oh wow!
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. But yeah, lush sort of panel lines and everything else. So, as I said, it's not mine, so I haven't really had a close look at this. But to do, I mean, that's the version from the Final Countdown, really. You know, the Jolly Rogers and stuff like that. You know, you can't go far wrong.
No, you can't. I remember I was obsessed with those markings. I had a Phantom with those markings on them, and I never did get around to doing a Tomcat with it, but I would like to.
Oh, the end of the aborted swordfish takeoff is one of the crew was seen whipping the fuselage side with a riding crop. The flight officer on deck was laughing at this.
Yamule.
You bastard! You bastard!
That's hilarious.
Yeah, that would be one you could tell your grandson, and you're telling the truth.
Oh yeah, no, that's cool.
It's like
Oh, wrong button. Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm not that surprised there would be a riding crop on a British aircraft carrier. Hello, old chap.
Yes,
Let me get my riding crop.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, off to get Fritz. What for?
We had one in the like in our mess on the ship that one of the boys stole
riding
from a
crop.
brothel.
Or a fairy swordfish.
No, we had a display cabinet full of shit that we just stole when we were ashore, different places, and one of them was a riding crop from a brothel.
A brothel. Okay.
Yeah, imagine that would be protected with a break glass in case of emergency sort of sign on
Yeah,
it. You know.
there were like pictures of like people's families and stuff from like pubs, and yeah, people would just steal shit. Yeah. So, someone walked into like a kitchen at a pub and like took someone's like drawing or something that their kid had done. Yeah, it's just all sorts of shit that just gets accumulated over years.
There's a hotel we were staying in when we were doing the J model course in Atlanta, had a pinball table. When we first went there, it wasn't there at the end. But we were reported to the police, and yes, it was sitting in the back of one of the Aussie Hercs ready to come home, but the police prevented that from happening. So, yeah, it was an Elvis pinball machine.
Those things aren't light either. However, you.
I know. I helped to lift it. Oh.
Those bloody things are heavy as hell. Yeah.
Anyway, no, it was not me, but yeah.
There's a little thing down here that says present. If I present, can I share my screen?
Yeah, you can.
What does present do?
Oh, it drops your DAX, turns you around, and
present image file.
Present.
I think what it is I think that might be that share screen option. Is that correct?
Well, press what you need to.
Yeah, like the Three Stooges said. I don't know, just press it and find out.
Yeah, well, that's what they said on Special Intelligence. Just give me a second.
I'm a born lever puller.
Yeah. Right. Well, while you figure it out, I'm going to go reload on my coffee. Be right back.
Sure.
You can see me as I was 10 years younger. Here we go. There.
Hey. They had more sun back then.
You know what movie that's from, Joey?
No, I don't.
I can't help it. I'm a born lever puller.
What's that?
Bloody Paul, I think, in Yellow Submarine.
Okay, no, I haven't seen it in years.
Pulls one of the levers and creates like this Frankenstein monster thing.
Oh, there we go. Worked out how to do it.
Oh wow!
So there's a photo I found of the pilot for that Miss Helen. So that's Ray Littger, Littge. Apparently, he was an American ace. Just ignore all these nasty little strange square signs. But the fact that there's a lot of them is a good thing.
That's a good thing.
You can see how this had a natural metal finish.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have Miss Helm here on the port side. So basically, I'm going to do it like that, natural metal finish.
Nice.
There, one goes. How do I stop this now?
Oh,
It's a
no.
good-
I
good-looking
I
plane.
can stop it. I can hit this button like this one, like that. Yeah.
Very nice.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Do I need to...
Collectively, we broke it, Joe.
Hey!
As well.
What do you mean we? I had nothing to do with that.
Yeah, but you still get the blame, Timbo,
Oh, classic.
Classic.
because you're young and expendable.
Oh, just reach across the back here. Grab my cask of wine. Ugh. Oh,
That's what she said.
that's
Reach across the back here and grab the
the
cask of wine.
Classic
I keep
box.
forgetting. It's
That's what he said.
autumn down under.
I'm
Yes.
sorry. Hmm?
It is now autumn down under. You are in autumn season. I am in spring season.
Oh, you
It
had
is,
us confused. You confused us there because we call it fall.
It's
Fall.
becoming
Fall. Okay,
fall.
fall. That sounds like you're from the deep south. Fall.
Yeah.
fall.
No, we call it autumn.
I don't know. Maybe Joe can confirm that. What do they say? What do they call
Siri,
fall?
what's the
How's
temperature?
fall pronounced down in Mississippi, Joe?
It's currently 16 degrees.
There we go.
We're
It's
warmer
about
than you.
Yeah, maybe it's about that here. So yeah, the weather has changed here.
Yeah.
It's becoming reasonably Melbourne now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it started cooling down today up here, which thank God.
In
for
Queensland? Wow, that's a surprise. I didn't think it
Yeah.
ever changed up there.
that. No, like southeast Queensland is actually like pretty temperate. It's nice.
Okay.
You know, Queensland is very bloody big. Is the thing? It's like, you know, my wife was like, "Oh, I've never been to the Daintree. Like, we should go up there for a drive." And I'm like, "Hun, do you know how far Cairns is?"
That's a long drive. Yeah.
And I'm like, "We're closer to Melbourne than we are to Cairns."
Yeah,
like,
Kansas is
"That's
where
not-
the museum is too. The
That's right.
Australian Armor and Artillery Museum. Yeah.
So you were there recently, Paul, correct?
Well, can I show you a photo from Cairns?
Yeah.
Sure.
That is rendering melting off a wall because it's so bloody hot up there.
Yeah.
Whoa. Gee.
Wow.
It's like looks like cake frosting that's melting.
Yeah, it does look like cake frosting. It's cement. So it's, I took the photo because it was like, this is hot here. And
Funny.
I could see the wall melting. I just thought,
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That's quite a climate.
Yeah.
So a question from GM: the top engine cowl is painted either olive drab or satin black. Paul. Yeah. On the Mustang, the photo you have.
Well, it was a black and white photo. No,
Okay, Joe.
no,
All right.
the Mustang, a black and white photo. Yeah, that would be from that 487th. Sorry, 487th Fighter Squadron, 452nd Fighter Group, with that blue.
Yeah.
Doesn't.
What?
I think that's the problem. We were talking earlier about the color and people's understanding and memory of the color. You know, back then, most of the photos in the books, of course, were black and white.
Well, this is
John, do you remember?
instructions here. So that one's got olive drab anti-glare on top, and this one's got black. So same countries and everything else, just different. Anyway, so do I remember what?
Do you remember in the Telford show we went to, there was a diorama of, I'm pretty
been
sure it
Telford?
was a tank.
Did you find a bar there?
No, no. There was
There was no bar.
80% of a bar in a local hotel, but anyway.
Doom bar.
that's early jokes on it.
80%.
Basically, there was a diorama of either a tank or a plane, and it was done like a black and white photo. So it had a
Yes.
black and white photo of whatever it was. I can't remember what the diorama was, but so it's basically imagine a Spitfire and it's done like a black and white photo, and so was the diorama.
It was amazing.
I didn't take a photo of it, but I just remember that was talent.
Yeah, I've
Talent.
not
What a
seen that
fabulous
particular
idea.
one, Paul, but I know what you're talking about. I saw that at in a model magazine, Reader's Gallery. Part of it, people send in their work, and somebody did a black and white diorama of a Sherman advancing along some jungle road in the Solomon somewhere, or somewhere in Guinea or something like that, or Burma. I can't remember. And it was all done in black and white. It's incredible. I mean, you think it's
incredible,
but no, it isn't. It's not black and it's like all shades of gray.
Yeah. There's some incredibly talented people out there. They get that idea, but then execute it so it looks right. There's just talented folk, and I'm not one of them. And others, John.
Well, no, sir. Nowhere the person admit that. Oh,
I think you could pull that off very well, John. You've got some very, very sharp modeling skills. I think if you tried that out, I think it would be very, very good. And I'm not pumping smoke up your butt.
So yeah, this is
Sounds
one of
like
the things
John's a very good modeler. I mean, I like his work.
It's one of the models that was in Telford when we went. So it's like two halves. So you got the battlefield, so Mark IV tank, trenches and all that sort of stuff, and the other half is a rusted out Hulk, and ghosts of soldiers. Nice. But remarkable.
There's just some talented people and the ideas.
Yep.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I'm happy to go back, John.
Yeah.
But not with them. The flight path there would be treacherous at the moment. Without bringing up any particular areas of the world, I wouldn't want to be flying to Europe from Australia.
No, you're right. Yes. All sorts of, well, the world's changed. We sort of missed COVID, and now it's sort of somehow worse.
Wasn't that funny? We got to the end of COVID, and everyone said, "Yep, we can get back to normal now."
Oh,
how's that working out for us?
I don't know if I want to go back to that.
No. Joe's saying, here in parts of Mississippi where I live, most people are from the Nolans area and have a Cajun accent. Probably a bit more country in North Mississippi. And this guy, Jim, is saying, okay, Joe. So actually, can you say it in an American accent? It might sound more like Jim.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, Jim Altergott, I don't know who he is. He says, okay, Joe, so many accents all over this big country we live in. There are a few different accents in the Chicagoland area, which is true.
No, I don't know. I think Tiff's voice is closer to what you can do. GM says a Korean flight line in 1952 had 40 Mustangs of all air forces, all different top cow paints seen. Yeah, some of those, yeah. So the South African ones and the actual Korean ones and stuff, there's some interesting sort of paint schemes there. Resealing around the plug hole on the bath is a very messy job, says Paul. Oh, not a euphemism, I'm sure. Joe says, met a group of people at the museum this past Sunday. They were friends, one from Chicago and the other one from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Two very different and distinct accents.
Yeah.
Dita says, hello. I got so confused. Rare to see two Marlies in the same screen. I need more coffee. Yeah. And he's saying greetings, Uncle Aussie and Uncle Miles. I think there's what was I going to say before? Oh, you mentioned, Paul, so the Augie Marsh concert you went to, they played the entire Moo Bloody Choir album, yeah?
Yes.
Did they?
And nothing else.
Nothing else? So no encores of other songs like Penny Whistle or anything at all?
No. Nothing else. So it was this album, but it was out of order. And what was really funny was the band that was on before were good, not great, but they had the set list on a piece of paper down in front of Glenn Richard's mic, and
Mhm.
every time he finishes a song, he'd go, right, okay.
Oh, what do you mean?
Let's go. I've got no idea what's next. It's not my set list. This is the previous band's set list. So they actually were having arguments about which song's next because they didn't know because they were doing it out of order, the album out of order.
Oh yeah.
I just, it was bloody fabulous. Oh, by the way, John, the that thing I sent you about the Movie Bloody Choir podcast.
Yes. Yeah.
I wouldn't listen to it.
No.
No, they basically play 2/3 of the album and then have about maybe 4 minutes of interviews. So
Okay then. I'll give it a miss. I'll just listen to the album instead. I listened to Little Fictions by Elbow today in the car. Well, last 2 days, and it's bloody good.
yeah, well,
They were, yeah. They seem to have dropped off, but no, there was great stuff there. And Dita is saying, for the people who don't know why I call people uncle and auntie, it's my daughter's way to remember my dear modelling family. So greetings, Uncle Timar.
Greetings, Nia. If you want it.
And he says on the accent topic, you can travel to 3 different towns in Belgium and have up to 6 accents. Travel 10 towns and we call it a dialect.
Yeah, I don't know that I just chose the word accent because I'm not sure what the difference is between accent and dialect. I got a working man's education.
So, Paul, I sent you a thing yesterday from Bill. Oh, no, sorry. Remember his name now.
Yeah. Dunk, dunk.
Oh, Christ.
hello.
Oh, John, I meant to ask you, how's the Heller model you're building going? How do you like it?
It's not a Mustang. No, it's fine. Like what I'm finding is the fit is fine, but you know it'll all take glue. But it's very.
I remember saying that to one girlfriend when she asked me about the dress she's wearing. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know, does this like if a girl asks, does my ass look big in this? There's no correct answer. No, this is it's all it's very thin plastic as you can see there compared to say the Tamiya stuff. So if I put the wing on, it's going to take a fair bit of glue, which would be fine, but I don't want it to be distorted. But yeah, the gap on top, the gap's no different to most other kits. These rivets, certainly on the top of the wing, are very pronounced. Try to get it. I think you can see it there. Let's zoom in on me. There we go. Yeah, you can see the huge rivets. That's what he said.
Mate.
So to get decals on that will be a bit problematic, but I'll probably rub them down a bit anyway. But no, it's fine. I'm enjoying it. But
you can fix it. Jim reckons you're a good modeler.
Well, it's standard modelling skills is what I'll say. So, there'd be people that would complain all the way through this. Oh, people would throw it away and all that sort of stuff. My view is it's an interesting build and nothing is unbuildable really.
That's
so,
true.
Everything sort of fits. You just, I'll put a bit of glue on this. Like I tell you what, this Edward one, it is so much more nicely molded than everything else.
You're talking apples and oranges, John.
Yeah, but trying to finagle this on, this is a lot more fragile and than this, but it's the same and adjacent and in some ways different modelling skills. Like this won't be too bad. I'm sure Heller do worse kits, but
and then you've got the added challenge of putting the wings on the right way around.
You're dead to me. You're dead to me, Paul.
Well, I don't say that.
I was expecting to be booted off just then.
There we go. Jim is saying the RAAF. I keep on having to say RAAF because it's a different stream. We just say RAF. but that would confuse some people from around the world. So instead of saying RAF, which is simply not correct, the RAAF Mustangs given to the Koreans retained the 3 coloured rings on the prop spinner, kept as a mark of gratitude. South American aircraft had yellow, white, and red spinners. So our Mustangs, some of our Mustangs were painted, the spinners, let's see if I can find one in... No. So, yeah, BCOF didn't do it, but I did one a couple of years ago. It's in Fighter World. Let's see if I can take... I'll just Google it. It'll be easier.
Well,
67.
I've got the same thing. I'm building a model of its time, and it's got its limitations. But I'm not the best at fixing fit problems on older models. I do what I can, but I've got, this is my 48 subject, and it's the 50-year-old model. It's a 50-year-old kit. It's good, and it's got its problems with engineering. Here it is. I got the undercoating silver because I'm going to chip it on the top surface. But there's a lot of work that went into the seam filling and restoring of detail and fabricating details that weren't included on the model. The one thing they do with these kits is they provide scale profile color drawings. If there's something I want to add, because the drawing has all what the airplane really looked like, and the model doesn't have all the small external details that the real thing had. But it's not a bad model. It's just that it's it's of its time, and that's why I want to build this fine molds kit next, because I want to build something a little bit more recent, a little bit better engineered.
Oh, wrong button. Sorry. So what Jim was referring to on
as well.
the colour and the spinners for the Korean Mustang. So it's that the Aussie ones, as he mentioned, had red, white, and blue spinners. So when they're seen from the front, they look like the RAF or RAAF roundels. As he was saying, that after we handed them over, they retained those colours there. But only a bit of colour on those aircraft at the time. In South Wales,
Here's a fun fact
valleys,
about this one, John.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, Julian's comment.
In the South Wales valleys, they used to say you could tell where a person was born within 5 miles from their accent. Yeah, right. Anyway, so you were talking about that Mustang.
Yeah, about that Mustang. I built this in the 90s. This is still
Together.
hanging around. Yeah, it's still together. It's never had a problem. Never dropped it or anything.
All brush painted.
Beautiful. Those Pacific Mustangs. I love those big, thick black stripes. I got a P-47. I'm going to paint that way too.
Yeah, I would have to look it up. I have no recollection of what fighter group that's from or whatever. Whether or not it's a D or
somewhere in the Marianas, or it might have been. They had Mustang fighter groups stationed on Iwo Jima, because that's where the B-29s would pick up their escort as they flew to Japan. So and they painted those stripes on the fuselage and wings so they could be recognizable by the by other Allied air crew. That's what I remember. They look really nice.
Yeah, these are Japanese flags, so it's definitely Pacific Theater.
Oh yeah. Well, just the markings alone tell me it's Pacific Theater with those big black stripes. That's totally Pacific. You'll find some P-47s marked up like that too.
Right. Nice.
So I've
had this been hanging around since the 90s. This thing.
So Dita's saying that the rivets on the top of this wing are too pronounced. The real plane had a more flush. I had a chance to visit a pair of 215s and fly a 415, including a flight and demo. Bombs away. It was never more fun than that. Fair enough. And GM says those kit exterior doubles as a rasping file. It does. It certainly the sound does, because this is fingernail on plastic. Yeah. nothing is unbuildable. Says say that after a master crap kit.
Yeah.
Not had the
Right.
pleasure. Don't fall out with your twin. You never know when you need spare parts. Well, yeah, I've had my eye on one of his kidneys for years now.
I was just about to say, bitch, I'm getting my kidney.
I might as well go for a fully serviceable kidney. Timmy! Oh, yeah. So Gillian is saying, Jim, have you seen the Master Crap Sea Harrier Waitrose did? It's in one of his videos.
Yes,
He
I
did a Sea
did.
Harrier.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a terrible, terrible kit. Yeah.
There's a brand that's made down there in Australia, I believe, called Ventura Models.
Yeah, I think they're in New Zealand. Yes.
They're like some. I think they're created by a man who started his business and continues to make them in his garage. And
Yeah.
they're very basic models. And there's a guy on YouTube. His name is his channel name is the Novice Modeler in the Midlife Crisis. He's a Welshman, lives not far from Mikey, and he builds up. He has
That's
a
like
crap
all
load
Welshmen.
collection of models he built. He's got like 800 kits he bought, and among them are 72nd scale aircraft models from all around the world because he likes to collect them. And he has quite a few of those Ventura kits. There's another, I think it's Jay's Models is another one from either New Zealand or Australia. Again, it's another garage business, but very, very basic model kits.
Yeah,
But you get
in some cases,
wear
if you
get a
want to do
boomerang,
a certain build, you may have to go for a substandard, or it's like Tamiya are never going to make a boomerang. Let's face it. So, if you want to build a boomerang, yeah, you'd have to go for a different brand.
Well, then
My view is, and I've
hobby
probably said
made one.
before, like I'm not having a go at any particular brand or whatever because I don't want to see any brands go under. Some people would really enjoy seeing certain brands disappear, like Hella. I'm glad to see them back. Because more choice. If you want to build a 415, it's probably the only show in town. So So GM is saying debates about the standard versus the aero products propellers. He finds the aero propellers suit low level power, and the standard does well at high altitudes. So GM, in this one, the BCOF, they're talking about cuffed and uncuffed. Natural metal spinner. Yeah, there we go. The uncuffed HS propeller blades. You talk about those as in Hamilton Standard, or are they different aircraft? And Frog, their Shackleton kit, 60,000 rivets in close formation in hard plastic. It'll draw blood.
Wow. Wow. You counted them all?
That's cool.
Okay, here we go. Yeah, GM just kicked in his last comment. Jay's, yeah, there it is. Jay's is bought from Ventura in New Zealand. Okay, there you go. Someone knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah.
No, I've not. I was going to buy one of these a couple of years ago. I can't remember what it was now, but I decided not to. I can't remember why. Let's see if I can get one of these wings on. We've got 15 minutes left. I've got time to glue a wing.
Go for it.
See how that goes.
Yeah. I can tell you this is definitely a Hasegawa kit. Or these guys did come from Hasegawa because
so no singing. Mikey says, hey, it's the Marleys.
There's a ton of cockpit detail on this model. Absolutely a crap load of it. And it's great. But then it's a one-piece canopy just right over the top. So you put all this effort into building up a very detailed interior, and then it's lost under a not bad clear part, but my point being that you've got here, let me show you the cover of the model. Anyway, you've got this nice greenhouse canopy, but it's all one piece.
Oh, let me zoom in. Sorry.
That's Hasegawa. No, you don't have to go big screen, John. That's okay.
Oh, too late. You have to bring it back.
All right. Okay. Here's my point. See the big screen canopy? Nice greenhouse.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
all one piece. It's all one piece.
Okay.
So you waste all that cockpit detail that they provide, and there's a generous amount of it, and it's all locked in under one piece of clear plastic. So that shows that these guys did branch out from Hasegawa.
Paul Wiltshire says he likes Hella, or either liked or likes. More brand, more competition forces better quality kits and cheaper prices as they all want our custom. They do. And they do a lot of interesting, certainly like French builds of whether it be cars, all sorts of stuff that I just like having choice out there. Joe's says he's built the Revell P61 Black Widow that I bought at Hobby Lobby, American craft store, and I've never been able to to properly place the canopy. Apparently, it's a bad fit issue.
Joe,
Gee
that's an
whiz.
old monogram kit from 1974, and even from the start, it had a reputation as being a model. So,
And he's there we go. He's tried 4 times
best of luck.
to fit the canopy. Oh, Patrick has pre-ordered 3 vintage 124 scale race cars from Helle, which he hopes will be good kits. I did the Renault RE20 from memory. RE20 or was that? I can't remember now because I did the large Renault Formula One car from Tamiya, but I'd also done the Helle one in the same scale. I can't remember which. RE20 was the Tamiya one. RE30B was the smaller Tamiya one, and this one, it might have been the RE15. I can't remember now. It was 80s, 90s. The hobby shop in New Orleans has a great variety of Helle. Love them, says Joe. So they're getting a Helle lot of love.
Oh, that's a good one.
Thank you very much.
Well, the more companies, the better, because everyone kind of finds like their niche and stuff. So like in Australia, Italeri, like as pretty standard now, has additional decals in a lot of their kits for Australian markings if they're available.
Yes,
which is
right.
really cool because the other brands don't do that. So in our region, that's cool. So big ups for Italeri. I haven't built a Helle.
What's up with that Airfix, huh? Aren't you guys providing Australian decals?
Yeah,
I think you'll find it's pronounced stickers, Jim.
Transfers.
Yeah,
I'm a
Stickers.
No, I know why. I was only kidding. Fellow Aussie told me that those planes were built down under, and they were built for Australian specifications, so they are slightly different. They're not exact replicas of a Beaufort, of a Spitfire, etc. et cetera.
Yeah, so different engines and whatnot. Yeah, difference in the details a lot of the time.
So you could provide decals. I like that word. In a Airfix Beaufort kit, they're more recent 72nd ago, but it's not. None of those are Australian versions. They're all RAF.
Okay.
Meaning the aircraft itself, not just markings.
On that topic, I was recently down at the Moorabbin Air Museum, and they had a display there about the aeroprop propeller. And they actually had an aeroprop propeller there. So I can read you a paragraph if you're really bored. So basically, to meet the demands, basically you couldn't get enough Hamilton standard, so they started doing aeroprop. While the Hamiltons had a solid aluminium blade, those on the aeroprops were hollow steel and had a diameter of 3.35 meters or 11 feet, 5 centimeters less than the Hamilton standard, but there was no perceptible difference in the aircraft's performance. The aeroprops, however, were prone to blade imbalance, and up to 19% were rejected because of excessive vibration.
Well, that's a lot.
That's not
so
good.
There you go. Yeah.
Oh, it might be seen
So
Mikey's
they're
in the audience.
a bit dodgy.
Seeing Mikey's in the audience. Here we go. There you are, Mikey. Look at all those stencils. Look at all those stencils I can have fun with on this Edward Mustang. There you go.
Yeah.
Enjoy those.
You'll keep you busy.
There you go. Go for it, mate.
Mikey loves a good stencil.
No, I like putting them all on. Please get me off
so
camera.
is the differences in the Australian Mustangs are in the Hamilton cuffed, non-cuffed, rounded tips, square blades, Aero square or rounded tips. Australia made its own version, right? And
Keeping Jim my treat. Yeah, okay, thank you, Mike.
very cool.
John, can you do yourself a favor and get me off screen?
Oh, certainly can.
Yeah. You're gonna lose your audience quickly.
Well,
Good. I got a
I'm
photo
sorry,
here of a
Paul. I
plane.
couldn't resist at
Unfortunately,
the
aircraft.
moment. Did you have more to read about the propeller?
Nothing interesting.
No,
Nothing.
it's all interesting. I like it. I like reading about stuff like that. I like technical manuals, aircraft history, and the mechanics.
Well, I'll read another little bit. So basically, out of nearly 15,000 Mustangs built during the war, less than 10% were P-51K. 900 wrong. 594 went to the RAF and 84 went to the RAAF. Of the 200 P-51D Mustangs built by the Commonwealth Aircraft Corporation post-war, 66 were fitted originally with the Aero propeller. So 66 out of 200. So there one goes. It says, apart from the decals, aeroprops are readily identified by the absence of the sleeves seen at the base of the blades of the Hamilton standard. So the sleeved props were the Hamilton and the non-sleeved were the Aero.
very good.
So sleeves or cuffs. This one is a cuffed one. Is the cuffs.
There we go.
And in fact,
I don't know
it's got
about you
the
guys.
Hamilton.
Go ahead, Paul. I'm sorry.
I'm done.
No, okay. I was going to say, I don't know about you guys, but when you get directions like you do with Edward Kits or Qatari or Coteray, I think is how it's pronounced. Copper State, I keep them. These things are like reference books. These are very well made pieces of literature, not just how to build an airplane model. So I keep these.
So
Absolutely.
Sorry, you were saying?
I was just going to say, I'm saying with Tamiya, as well as the instructions, you get like that sort of stuff, Gold, definitely worth keeping.
Yes.
Yeah, nice.
Oh, that's awesome.
So, Tamiya would like to express his gratitude to the Midwest Aviation Museum and Warhawk Air Museum for granting permission to use photos that we took of their aircraft. So they've flown someone from Japan to Midwest or wherever that is to take the photos of some Mustangs. And help
Well, when
make
the
them
Airfix was designing their Blenheim bomber, they realized that the one at Duxford that they used originally for reference was not correct because it was a cobbled together from different variants to get a Blenheim. So they flew to Finland, where in an air museum in Helsinki, I believe, is the only remaining Mark I or Mark II. I'm not sure which model that Airfix was modeling, but they went there to find the authentic aircraft because it was apparently the only airframe left in the world of that version.
details.
I don't know if you've seen this, Paul. So this is B&A. So that one, Battle of Britain. So pre-order now. This is 48 scale Edward thing, Battle of Britain thing. But apart from the kit, so it comes with those schemes. It's not the best view. But
What 10 of them?
yeah,
Maybe a dozen.
11. Oh, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 11 schemes.
11 is
Anyway,
louder. Yeah.
So photo etch pass mask. It's one kit. So 11 markings and a book, an A4 format, 152 pages. Covers the technical development of the aircraft, evolution of camouflage and markings, a pilot equipment, provides detailed guide to building the model. So looks like that.
Wow.
And
Nice. Yeah.
so have that sort of stuff, like the actual kit and how to paint it in
Wow.
different schemes and
Yeah.
stuff. Plus close-ups of uniforms and
We'll
whatnot.
go to
That
the
might be
buckles.
worth.
Very
Yeah.
impressive. Yeah.
So that'll be a
sure.
good seller for him. But
I wonder if you could just buy the book from Edward.
don't know. They'd have the book to sell more kits. So I can't remember the price. I did have it. $107.50, which is not bad. That's what you pay for the double boxings. So we'll go one kit for a 152-page book. Sounds all right. Anyway, so I've got the wings on. They're just going to glue overnight or whatever. But what I found is they would have drooped if I didn't put the pegs where they are. But they're straight, so that's all right. And yeah, it's really rather high lift wing. I might as well put the winglets on as well. But we're just about at the 2-hour mark.
Yeah, and I've got to this point in the proceedings and realised I haven't touched the model. I've been sitting here listening.
Yeah,
No,
I was
it's been
actually
interesting.
going to try and get some work done too, but I'll do it later today.
No, it's always a good discussion, I think.
What time is it there now, Jim?
It is 4 minutes in front of 8 a.m. So 7:56.
Yeah, it's 5 to 11. Yeah.
Oh, it's not that late for you guys. Hell, we can go another 4 hours. Come on, let's go.
Batter up.
Yeah.
No, you've got work tomorrow, Paul.
Unlike some of us, John.
So we usually talk about films and stuff on these sort of streams, certainly on BBC. So I found out a fun fact today about movies that Tim might be interested in, if not. Oh, and I think Jim will as well. So you remember the name of the ship in the original Alien film is the Nostromo?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. So I just did a Wikipedia search on that. So it was a book by Joseph Conrad, right? So Nostromo, blah, blah, blah. It's set in a fictitious South American Republic of Costa Guana in the Gulf of Mexico. Yeah.
Do you mean the Gulf of America?
No, I don't. I really don't. Charles Gould is a native Costaguano of English descent who owns an important silver mining concession near the key port of Sulaco. So the ship in the first Alien film and the ship in the Aliens film are related by a book by Joseph Conrad. And the other fun bit is Nostromo is the character in it is called that because it's Nostromo is Italian for shipmate or bosun, but the name could also be considered a corruption of the Italian phrase Nostromo uomo or Nostromo, meaning our man. Nostromo's real name is Giovanni Battista Fidanza. Fidanza meaning trust in archaic Italian. So there you go.
So the name is Italian in origin. Okay.
Yeah.
You got some interesting comments there, John. You should catch up on them. The audience definitely chimed in.
There we go. All right. So, yeah. So, Mikey says, Paul, did Nodge tell you the good news? Yesterday he made it through an entire stream without putting something on backwards. Did I?
I don't believe it. I've just realised just now I can see the comments. Just now.
Yeah, it's over on the right side of your screen if you reduce
Yeah.
It is now.
I think there's a lesson in that for all of us, Mikey.
Yeah.
Cam says, Guide Publications had Spitfire Bible that lists every Spitfire built. Oh, that's cool. Buy the instruction manual and get a free model kit with it. Why not?
Yeah, that's true. That's right.
Yeah. So, yeah, Matthew Ag says, Mikey, he's a professional. So, no, I can't make mistakes. Fucking right. Enjoyed it all, says Joe. Different but good. I did miss the caveman. BBC says, very true. He's under contract now, so best behaviour, no cock-ups. Under contract now. Yeah, anyway, thanks, Joe. Joe says, stop it, Timmer. Squirrel, meaning in the Gulf of America.
Yeah. Sorry, that was just a cheeky one.
Oh, I know. It'll very soon.
Cheeky. Very cheeky. I'll give you 4 stars on cheekiness.
It'll always be called the Gulf of Mexico after the death of this fucking idiot.
It still is,
be on my
John.
hand.
It still is. Only the warped few call it Gulf of America.
Oh, and BBC, he's trying to get me to talk politics. Was it Jesus or a doctor in the picture, you reckon?
Honestly, I didn't know. I had no idea.
Hippocrates? Yeah, no, it was just baffling. Like, you know, statesmen don't do this shit. But on that, I'm gonna hang up. Thank you for watching, everybody, and yeah, thanks for joining, Paul, Tim, and Jim. It's been a bit of fun.
Yes,
It's been fun. It's been
for opening up the chat for us to
It
come on
absolutely
board.
flies,
And,
doesn't it?
Paul, great to spend some time chin wagging with you. Tim, always a pleasure.
Yeah, good to see you, Matt.
Yeah, and I'll see you.
So impressed you know what a chin wag is.
No, like I told Mikey one time, I said, look, I've been around the British way of television and entertainment since I was a wee lad. So the lingo's up here.
Joe reassuringly
It's
says,
been fun sitting in this bar with you, mate.
"Don't
Thank
worry,
you.
John, it's crumbling." Well, yeah, I think we're all watching the same. Oh, watch Paul. Watch the was it the Late Show with John Stewart?
Yes.
You'll get to watch
the
it
Daily
tomorrow, I
Show.
guess.
The
Daily
he's
Show,
no
yeah.
longer on. It's the weekly show with Jon Stewart now because he's on
Yeah,
Monday.
so he did a rant earlier today for about all that sort of like picture that
Yes.
it's hilarious.
Yes.
It's worth watching. You'll be laughing out loud.
I shall
Dust
see you.
Shave and everybody in the stream says cheerio, lads. And with that, bye-bye.
Seeing you.
Guru.